Hey, beautiful people, it's your girl T, and I'm here finally after more than 6 months to do a color and chat. So it's been a long time, and I wanted to go into a little bit as to why I didn't do those. With everything that was going on in the world and with COVID-19, working from home, managing a virtual school, I was really overwhelmed and I didn't want to do color and chats because I didn't want to get emotional, upset, and all of that. I know you guys probably wouldn't have cared if I did, but I just didn't want to get emotional and stuff. Some things happened to my son out here where we live in North Carolina, and it wasn't nice, and that had me upset. Just a lot of different things going on in life, and so I am working from home. My company decided that it's just safer for us to work from home, and I'm grateful for that because not everyone has the opportunity to do that. And I feel so blessed that, my company decided to go virtual while COVID-19, is here. So with that, I have to set up at home. And I don't actually have an office just yet because I'm still working on getting one set up for my art room and stuff like that. So I'm at the dining room table working, and me and Christian, my son, are here working and doing virtual schooling. And by the end of the day, I am so exhausted. 5 o'clock comes, I'm just like, oh. So all I could do was like haul videos, and those took a lot out of me too. There's times that I held off doing haul videos for weeks because I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't have the energy, but this I just decided, I need to do it. People do like color and chats. I mean, who doesn't? You get to hear a little bit of what is going on with the person who's coloring and chatting. You get to watch them color a little bit and, just sit back and relax and color and listen. So I decided to go ahead and do one tonight. And what I've done, just to give myself like an agenda for this evening as far as the type of questions, I've gone ahead and selected some questions randomly. And these are like icebreaker type of questions, like fun icebreaker questions. So I'm going to, slide those in wherever I see fit. There's about 10 of them. So this is kind of like, I'm going to do this as a new series. Get to know T, a get to know T series for the next probably 3 color and chats. So after this one, I'll probably do 3 more with more questions. And if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer, you could put those questions down in the comment section, and I will consider those questions for the next color and chat. All right, so the book I'm working out of tonight is... Oh, dropped a pencil. Thank God it wasn't a Prisma because I'd be not too happy right now. I'm working out of Home Harvest by Patrick Sullivan, and doing that because it is fall and I wanted to work in this book a little bit because it has some nice images in it. Okay, so I've decided to do this picture here. I've done 2 others in here, but I will save those for my completed pictures video. So you guys are going to probably hear some background noise. The puppy's probably going to be in and out of sleep, and my husband's in playing video games, and my oldest son is awake, so he may be coming into the kitchen. So I apologize now for any noise that you might hear. All right, so this is the picture. As you can see, it looks like looks like a little messy here, but I'm gonna fix this with colored pencil. So what I did for this page so far is I colored the branch here and these acorns with alcohol markers. And then I went and did the leaves. I based the leaves with pretty excellent watercolors. And I will link the markers that I use and the watercolors that I use in the description, okay? So then I'm going to be shading and working on these leaves with Crayola Color Escapes. Crayola Color Escapes, okay? So I've taken out a dark brown, a brown, dark chocolate. We also have a brick red, red brown, golden yellow, orange, light orange, yellow, red, and vermilion. Okay, and I already see this is the pencil I dropped and my lead broke, so I will have to sharpen that. And I'm using the handy Derwent sharpener. I love this. So I'm using this tonight. You guys are going to hear a little bit of this while I sharpen. All right. Okay, so I have one of these plastic little cutting mats in back of the page. I use this. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. There's 2 in a pack. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with this stem here. Place my pencils out of the way. And I'm going to go with I'll start with the dark brown. All right, so I hope everyone has been doing well. Like I stated, I've been going through some things. I actually had to take a me day, and I'll go into a little bit of that. I just found myself, you guys will probably hear a lot of ums because I'm thinking of how I want to say this. I found myself, down in the dumps. But I didn't really know why. I think I was just overwhelmed with everything, with doing virtual schooling and trying to manage my job because I'm actually in management, and it was, this is all new, and trying to just be home, help my son with school and my own job because my husband worked nights and had to sleep to get ready for work the next day. That day was really tough on me, and I think it just became overwhelmed with it all. And so I actually went on a little me day. My mom was so nice. She booked me a room at a local hotel, and it was very nice. It was like a studio. It had this it had an island in there. It was nice, a little mini kitchen, refrigerator, stove, everything. So I just went over to our local grocery store, I got to walk there actually. It was really close by. And I walked over to the store, got some goodies, and just came back in the room and kind of just chilled. I colored, I diamond painted, I watched TV, I had ice cream. I just, I did all the stuff that I felt like I couldn't do. Painted my nails, all that stuff, all the stuff that us women like to do. And I watched TV, fell asleep, just relaxed. And I really appreciate my mom for that because that was needed. Hope you guys can see okay. I'm going to try to adjust my light a little bit because I feel like it's a little dark. You guys let me know in the comments. That way I can adjust for the next video. There, maybe that's better. Okay. So, yeah, I got to do that. So it was really nice just to get away. Even if it was just for that day. I really needed that. I really, really did. All right, so I'm going to still take this same dark brown, and I'm going to do some detailing in here, because in this design, in this area here, there's little peaks in here. So I'm going to go in there with that. And these pencils actually work pretty nice, and it's pretty smooth. I don't know if you all have used Crayola Color Escapes. I actually ordered these directly from Crayola's website when they first came out. So yeah, I like these a lot. Yeah, so it was really nice just to do that. And actually, even though it was only for a day and a half, I was so refreshed when I came back. It was really good that I did that. So I've been good ever since then. Every once in a while, I start feeling a little overwhelmed, but then I, try to get myself back on track. Color, I've been taking lots of bubble baths with Lush bath bombs, which are my favorite. I love Lush bath bombs. I've been doing bubble baths with candles and like spa music, or late night non-vocal jazz, just relaxing until I turn into a prune. And that's been really nice. So just trying to find ways to unwind and de-stress. I think when I first started working from home, I couldn't figure out what I needed to do to de-stress. And I think I have figured it out. I did a lot of coloring too during that time, just to de-stress. So that helped out too. So if you're a person who gets stressed out, coloring actually works. It works, I shouldn't say for everybody, it works for a lot of people, and it worked for me. So, all right. But yeah, so I've been doing good, and just, just hanging on in here. I had some deaths in the family. This was just actually last month. In 1 week, we had 2 deaths, and so that was pretty tough. I won't go into that because it makes me a little emotional. I won't say who, because I know that families are, we're pretty private when it comes to things like that. So I won't say who, but that was pretty tough. And I don't want to get emotional, so I won't talk about that too much, but just keep me in your thoughts. It wasn't COVID related, so that's a good thing. I feel so sad for the people who've lost their loved ones because of COVID. We just hope and pray that there is a cure or a vaccine that is safe really soon. So you guys hear that? That's Kobe. He's probably chewing on something. Oh goodness. And Kobe's my dog. If you guys who are watching don't know, we got a puppy, and that's actually been a great, although it's more work, he's actually been a great addition because it gives us something to do. It gives us another companion in the house, especially for Christian. I've seen a big difference in him, because he doesn't have any siblings here that are his age that he can play with. So it's almost like he's an only child and he doesn't have anyone to play with. Sometimes he plays with a little boy across the street, but I'm so nervous about COVID-19. I really don't want him playing a lot, with neighbors' kids, because I don't know where they've been, if they've been wearing their mask, how they're, if they're washing their hands. I'm not saying that their mother's not making them wash their hands or anything, but if you don't let your kid be around a bunch of people all the time, then you limit the chance of them coming in contact with COVID-19. And so I just prefer him not to do a lot of playing outside with the other kids. So we got a puppy, and he loves playing with his dog. All right, so now I'm going to move into doing the acorns here, and I'm going to start with my questions. Okay, so the first question that is on this list. Oh, okay, first I'll let you guys tell you. I'm going to start with Brown. Who was your childhood famous crush? My childhood famous crush. You know, I don't think I had a childhood famous crush. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know one. I used to think Theo from the Cosby shows. It was fine. Especially when he, was a little older, but I thought he was so cute. Would I say he was my childhood famous crush? Probably, but not like, I never crushed like that on a famous person. More crushes like, at school, and crushes like at school and at church. And I'm not going to go there. So. But yeah, I used to think Theo was nice. Theo and, what was his friend's name? I forget his friend's name. I didn't like it. I think it was Roach. What's his name? Roach or Cockroach or something. I hated his name, but I thought he was pretty cute. All right. So I guess that takes care of that question, because I really don't have a childhood crush. All right. So the next question is, you can only eat one food again for the rest of your life. What is it? If we have to choose food types, or like I don't know, I would say Mexican food. But if we have to be specific as to what kind of Mexican food, I'd say tacos. I would eat tacos. I love Mexican food. I would eat tacos every day. I would eat those every day. And there's so many different types of tacos you can have. So I think I'd be good. What's funny is because I just found out there is a taco called tacos de nada. And it's called, in English, it's tacos of nothing. Nothing tacos. So I was like, what the heck is a taco de nada? I've never heard of that. And I'm from San Diego. I'm like, I don't know if they're calling it something different, but tacos de nada. So basically what that is it's a taco that's made with potatoes. So it's like they boil potatoes and they mash the potato, season it with salt and pepper, and mash it till it gets nice and kind of sticky gooey. You don't add any milk. You're not making like normal cream or mashed potatoes. You then take the mashed potato and you put it inside of a corn tortilla and you fry it. You deep fry it. Once you're done deep frying it, you top it with this like red chili salsa that you can make homemade, or you can buy it, and a green chile salsa. It's more, the salsa though looks more like it's pureed. If you make it from home, it's pureed. It's not like chunky salsa. And then you shred cabbage. You shred it nice and fine. So you have your fried taco with potato, and then you put the hot sauce, the two different sauces. You drizzle some of that over the tacos. You put shredded cabbage. You put cotija, which is it's like equivalent to like when you get Parmesan cheese on top of your pasta. It's a Mexican cheese called cotija, and you sprinkle that on top, and then you put crema, which is like sour cream, but it's more liquefied, and you pour that on top. I was like, oh, I have to try to make those. I love making Mexican food, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try to make those. And I was like, you know what? That can actually, if you're, if you don't want to eat meat, that could be a good alternative. You could skip even using the cotija if you're vegetarian. You can use like maybe not a vegetarian type of cheese. And you could skip the cream sauce, the crema, the sour cream, and just have that on, and I was like, wow, I can make that. So I was pretty excited about finding that on YouTube. I forget the YouTuber's name. I'll have to try to find it and list it for you guys if you're interested. Okay, so right now, again, I'm using brown just to do some shading within these little acorns here. All right, and my next question is, pick your favorite decade, tell why. Well, that's easy. 80s. I love the 80s. I dress up like 80s for Halloween. I love the big hair, even though I didn't really have big hair. I love big hair. I love Cyndi Lauper. I love that girls just want to have fun. I love the neon colors, the big plastic jewelry, the skirts, the big socks, the leg warmers, the gloves, lace. I love all of that. Anything 80s is so cool to me. I like the music from the 80s. Definitely. And so yes, 80s. I think I had so much fun in the 80s. I don't know if anybody else probably you guys are probably like 80s. Oh my god. But the 80s were fun. I was born late 70s, and so I was a kid during the 80s, and that's when like we had Strawberry Shortcake, we had all these different cool things happening in the 80s. Michael Jackson was really popular in the 80s. I mean, it was really good music, really good, I think, really good fashion, because it was more of a fashion statement. It was really wild and kind of outrageous and like made statements, And so, I really like that. Okay, I'm coming in here with just a little bit of golden yellow, not too much. Just want to lighten up this area here where I've added the brown. Not too much, just a little bit, very lightly doing that. All right, next question. What's the best thing you've bought so far this year? The best thing I've bought so far this year, if I'm looking at non-coloring related stuff, would probably be the puppy. Even though he gets on my nerves, I think he's the best thing that we purchased this year. Coloring related, it has to be a coloring book. Trying to think. Yes, the new Clara Markova. I do have it. I ordered it. I did not open it. It's a Christmas item for me. I did not open it. People are like, you're not going to open it? I'm like, no. I'm not going to open it. And so that's the best thing, coloring wise, that I purchased. So, all right, now I'm going to pick up this brick red and I'm going to start working on the leaves. All right, what item on your bucket list do you most want to check off in the next 6 months? Okay, this one's a hard one because I really wanted to go to Italy this year, and with COVID-19, it really put some restrictions on travel for me. I don't feel safe. And now that the numbers are going back up, I really don't feel safe. Going, to another country. But yeah, going to Italy has been on my to-do list for a very long time. And I was supposed to do that this year. but you know, it's not meant to be. So I have to plan another time. So that would be the thing I would want to do within the next 6 months, is to check out Italy. But I don't think we're going to be in a position to do that kind of traveling with COVID-19 in the next 6 months, unfortunately. That's how I feel. So yes, the next question is, what are your 3 favorite phone apps? When I wrote that question down, I was like, T, come on, don't give this one as your first one, but I have to, because I think most colorists or people who are into coloring right now are addicted to this app. I think you guys know what I'm going to say. And it's called Amazon. That's my favorite, one of my favorite apps on my phone to use currently is Amazon. Why? Because it's shopping and it's prime time. It's prime. It's 2-day delivery on most things. And who wouldn't want that to be their number one of their top 3? My next favorite app, I would have to say, is of course, is Facebook, because it has all the groups that I'm a part of for the coloring community, and I really love the ladies in those groups. My Facebook group, both my Facebook groups, actually. I have 2. If you're wondering, because I think someone sent me an email asking me about, I'm doing 2 full book buddy colors, and the first one is Nice Little Town 10, and the second one is Geomorphia. Well, Nice Little Town 10 is the one I'm doing in my private Facebook group. It's a Facebook group I started a long time ago, and it's called Adult Coloring on a Budget. It's private, so you won't be able to just join that group. You have to be invited by a current member. So I'm doing one in that one, and Geomorphia in T's World of Adult Coloring. So, yes. My second favorite, well, that was my second. My third favorite app, of course, is going to be YouTube. YouTube is up there, because without YouTube, I wouldn't have you all. And really, like, putting an order on it probably isn't fair to put it number 3, but you know, I really enjoy YouTube. I enjoy communicating with my subscribers. I really do. You know, I do apologize for taking this a long, break in doing these color and chat videos. It just couldn't. So, all right. So those are the 3. So I said Amazon, Facebook, and YouTube. Those are my top 3. All right. And then what fashion trend would you bring back? That's a good one. I don't know. When I saw that question, I was like, okay, this random question. I'm going to go ahead and answer it. But I don't know. I would say the 80s, because that's one of my favorites anyhow. I guess I could say the 80s. I also like Art Nouveau. I don't know if you could consider that a fashion style, but I think so. I like the way that the women dressed during that time. Very classy. I love it. So that would be one. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm using gold and yellow right now. I'm just trying to even out some of the colors in the leaves. So I'm gonna have to press a little hard because I want to get that white little splotchiness out of there. Yeah, I think if I had to really choose, it would say 80s because I really like that look. All right, I'm gonna go with light orange in this area of this leaf. Let me bring this down a little bit for you guys. Yeah, I don't think I like the way these pencils layer on top of this watercolor. Kind of waxy, you can see that. I'll have to use a blender to blend that out, which will be fine, but sometimes I like to just blend with the pencil itself and not using blending stumps and things. But sometimes you can't avoid it. All right, so the next question is, which movie made you laugh the most? I don't know if you guys watch if you watch Ice Cube's Friday movies. All of those Friday movies are hilarious to me. All of them. Friday After Next, and I think there's another one I'm forgetting, but I think there's 3 right now in that whole series. All of those movies are hilarious. I think those people in those movies are absolutely stupid. You have gosh, when I want to say whose names, I forget names. But anyways, those movies are hilarious. It's about the South Central LA. It's very funny to me. But yeah, that's some of my favorites right now. Or the funniest movie. I could watch those movies over and over and I would laugh as if I'd never seen it before. That's how funny it is to me. All of them. All right, let's see. Now, tell about your worst haircut ever. Frankly, guys and gals, I've never had a bad haircut. I've never had a bad haircut. Thank God. I'm very particular about who is doing my hair. Not that I'm afraid that they're going to screw up and I have to cut it off. Because I've worn all different lengths of hair. I've worn my hair long, super short, like cut super short, where I could wear like the big earrings, look very very natural, low cut. And I've worn long hair, I've worn braids, I've worn several different types of hairstyles, and I look nice in practically every hairstyle I've worn. Right now I'm really into wearing asymmetrical bobs where it's short in the back and it's long in the front, where you have a long bang that's swooped to the side, very long in your face. I don't really like hair in my face, but I like that haircut. But right now, since I haven't been to the beautician, my hair is long. So I've been doing my own relaxers and I haven't had a cut, so it's very long right now. But I've never had a bad haircut, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to find great stylists who love to do hair and care about your hair, who don't rush, take their time, give you a great cut. Because, you know, really they want you to leave their shop, at least the salon, the stylist I go to, they want you to leave their shop feeling fabulous. And I always feel fabulous when I leave the shop. Always. And, you know, so they really, my stylists And I'm going to throw her name out there. Adina, I need to come see you, girl. You're probably not watching because this is not your thing, but I really like the way she does my hair. And I've never had a bad haircut from her or from anyone who's done my hair in the past. So thank God, because I would not want to leave the salon if my hair was ugly. I'd be like, please fix it. Please, I cannot leave here till you fix it. I don't like it. But see, never had that issue, so I'm blessed in that area. So no bad haircuts for me, ever. All right, so the very last question that I have, and then I'm going to end the video because I don't want to make these too long. The last question I have is, what's your favorite part of working from home? My favorite part of working from home currently is to be able to actually sit and watch my son learn. His teacher is excellent. So my hat goes off to teachers who are taking this virtual learning and teaching the children virtually serious, and finding creative ways to keep them engaged and, just into what they're doing. And I'm watching my son learn, and I'm watching him grow. Not that I didn't see that before, but when you're sitting next to your child and they're learning and they're answering questions, they're lifting their hands to answer questions, it makes you feel pretty proud that they feel confident enough in what they know, what they're learning, to answer questions. And so, one point in the beginning, he was like, I don't understand what she's saying. And I said, son, don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask a question. If you're lost, raise your hand. So I really like that I get to sit here and kind of watch him learn and help him when he's frustrated or doesn't understand something, to tell him to raise his hand. If you're frustrated, you don't understand, raise your hand. She'll stop and help you. And every time that he does that, she stops and helps. And I really, really, really like that. That is probably the best thing about being home with my son and working from home. I think that's the best thing. So, yeah, so I answered 10 questions. And so what I'm going to do is end the video here, and I'll work on this picture off camera. But if you guys have any questions that you might like to ask me, I'd be happy to consider those questions as long as they're not too personal. I will, even if you ask the question and I don't want to answer it, I will still, put your question on the next video and just tell you why I won't answer it. Typically, if it's too personal, and I don't want to share the answer to the question, I'll tell you why. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this first color that I've done in like months. Almost seems like years and months. Please give it a thumbs up. Let me know you guys like this. And then I'll come back probably next week and answer 10 more questions and do some more coloring, some more chatting, and so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. All right, y'all. Until next time, you guys take care.